Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to share some of my dendrobium blooms with you. I am pretty much surrounded and buried in dendrobiums right here. Most of these are they're NoIDs that I have, or some that are named, but the name is not a registered name. It may be a kind of a grower assigned name. And so the first thing I have, most of what I have around me right here. So this here, another bloom spike, another bloom spike, another bloom spike. Now, this is all, and there may be more that are above me. This is Woo Leng that's all around me. This is a big plant, and even though the flowers are right here, the plant and the pot is right over here, so a little bit behind me. So Woo Leng is just growing. You know, it's incredibly vigorous. Woo Leng also tends to self-pollinate, so I've got capsules from this. I've got a lot of plants, progeny plants from this plant in the laboratory growing. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of them. But at least I know this is Woo Leng, and I know I have Woo Leng progeny plants. On a shelf below me here, and I've shared this with you in the past. I don't think I want to bring it up right now, but there's actually it is my first bloom on a Woo Leng progeny plant. The nice thing about this Woo Leng here is that, you know, I'm close to it and it's fragrant, so I'm getting a little bit of fragrance. It's a very light floral fragrance. The interesting thing is that I self the plant, got a progeny plant right here, and if you take a look at this video, you can see there's some purple tinge in the petals on the Woo Leng progeny plant, and the lip isn't quite the same intense purple color. But the interesting thing about this is that I've smelled this throughout the day, and there's absolutely no fragrance to it. So the fragrance was lost in the progeny plant somehow. All right, this plant right here is another one of my many NoID Dendrobiums, and this is also the main plant is also on the shelf behind me here. It does really well. I have multiple plants of this that are also blooming on my date palm in my front yard, and this plant here does really well. Apparently the dendrobiums, yikes, the dendrobiums do really well in this area, and I'm happy that they are. I like growing them. The flower's nice. The Woo Leng and they bloom many months of the year, and I don't think my Woo Leng is so big. I don't think that plant has really stopped blooming in as long as I can remember. It just keeps on putting out more blooms after bloom after bloom. And the interesting thing is, even with the Woo Leng progeny that I have, it put out its first bloom a few months ago, and that it has since put out, I'm sorry, trying to get in the shade, it has since put out a second bloom spike, and that second bloom spike is I don't know if there's any more coming on this plant. There's a new cane growing out of this plant, but it seems to have that characteristic from the parent in that it is real floriferous. It puts out new flowers. Even though it's a small plant and it's a seedling, it's already been blooming constantly from this plant. One of the other dendrobiums that I have is right here. This is a relatively new acquisition. I had a colleague gifted me this plant, and I don't have the ID on this is Dendrobium Mini Purple Queen. So this is a nice plant here, and I've tried crossing this onto some of my other dens, and it hasn't been successful yet. This is growing really nicely. It also tends to be really floriferous. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 bloom spikes on it right now. Only 2 of those are open, but these 2 right here are probably going to be open soon. So this is also doing fairly well. I've got a couple other ones. I'm going to have to not pull them down and show them to you, but to shoot videos of them. I've got a plant right here that's doing that. You might be able to see a little bit of it. And it's also a small plant doing quite well. This I picked up about maybe not quite a year ago, and it seems also to be doing well, and it looks like it's flowering nicely. This is one of the 2 Dendrobiums that I have that I got at the same time that had a name associated with it, but when I looked it up on Orchid Roots and the Royal Horticultural Society, the name that's on this plant isn't a registered name. So I'm not sure what this is. I'm a little hesitant to use it in my crosses, and what I understand is sometimes either the breeders or the growers, they just assign a name and they don't want to pay the money for registration. So that's what this one is, and then there's another one that not quite open yet. It's got a bloom spike on it again, but it's not quite blooming. So these are some of the dens that I have. This is my Dendrobium growing area in the shade. I've got a lot of seedlings in this space as well, and I just wanted to share them with you because I had some time, and they're doing, as you can see, they're doing pretty well, and I'm enjoying them. So, and I wanted you to enjoy them as well. All right, so that's all I have for today. A short video showing you some of my flowering Dendrobiums in this area. I have a few more flowering plants around, but the main thing is this burst of blooms that I'm getting from my Dendrobiums in this area. All right, so that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did and you want to keep on seeing my videos, it would help me out if you could click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. Okay, sun went away. Shoo! All right, that's all I have for today. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and happy propagating.